Conversation Hat Podcast.
Welcome back to the Conversation Hat Podcast. This is a tangential, geeky, nerdy, artsy podcast for geeks, nerds, artists, and terrible people.
Yay!
Yay! As ever, the format is me, musician Liam Taylor, and him, what are we calling you these days?
Waste of space.
My good friend Ben Pierson pull questions out of a hat and do our best to answer them, usually with a third person. Our guest this week is Richard Jackson, co-host of Val Verde Broadcasting on YouTube. How's it going, Richard?
Hello.
I'm all right. Hello, Liam and Ben.
Do you prefer Richard or Rich or...
I honestly don't care.
Mighty Zod.
What he said, I quite like Mighty Zod.
Okay, we'll go. Yeah. I'm going to forget that like immediately. What is Val Verde Broadcasting?
It's a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Where we have shows every Monday where we talk about movies for half an hour, so any movie. And sometimes we do feature-length podcast of films, sometimes we play games, and sometimes I'll just think of something that makes me and me alone laugh, and I'll spend 8 hours making it, put it online for 4 people to watch.
Oh yeah, no, I've been there.
Yep.
Yeah, from which you take the grim satisfaction of like, you know, I enjoy the people that don't laugh at those the most.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I've written so many screenplays, just like no one else is going to get this, but I actually don't care.
Yeah, it's just aggressive anti-humour that you force on people.
Oh man, exactly. That's what the internet is for.
Well, they say
Pleasing
write
yourself.
for yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
The next part of that saying is, no one else will like it, but
And I can't read, so
win-win.
I mean, it's got to be tough when you're in a situation where you can write but you can't read.
it's kind of sucky. Yeah.
That's an uphill struggle. Yeah, have then that one-way street. You know, it's more common the other way round.
Yeah,
it?
I found
But,
that, or
yeah.
just either or both, or neither, I guess. No. So I found out recently I'm dyslexic, but I do like words, so I'll write like not massively wordly, but like reasonably complex sentences, and the book and just like, no, I don't know what I did here. Like I can try and do it from memory, but no, not sure. So I kind of screwed myself.
I write
there.
very wordy, verbose stuff.
Yeah.
And then my co-host is called Duncan Casey, and he's like an actor, so he does voiceover and stuff. So I
Hi,
just write
Duncan.
it.
Hi, Duncan.
Hi, Duncan. I hand the script off to him, and then he'll record it in his own kind of setup, and he'll send it back to me. And there's parts where he just stops and just goes like, "What is this? Like, how am I supposed to say that?" I did a whole tangent about what's it, Terry Crews, raising Irish beef cows, and how that particular type of cow is prone to pulmonary infection.
Yeah.
And he just had to read it, and he just stopped halfway through and just like, "What is this?" I bet he finished it. It was, you know, quite
Was
good.
this question? Can you get cows that aren't beef cows?
Dairy cows, isn't it?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Oh yeah, not like
Yeah.
cows that are made out of lamb.
Right, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, no,
this
those
is a chicken
those are
cow.
cool. It's a chicken cow.
Does it go bok bok or does it go moo?
It's just it's a cow-sized chicken and shaped, but it has a chicken's head, but the body loosely
That
in the shape of a
I'm
cow.
sorry,
Single
I just-
trippiest image
just
I've ever
have to
had in
go
my
back
brain.
to Liam's chicken noise.
Bok bok.
Bok, bok.
Bok bok.
Bok.
You're putting so much effort into that, aren't you?
I'm not an actor.
Or a chicken.
Yeah, true.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Sorry to derail this. What is the ideal chicken noise? Like,
Cha-chee-cha, chee-cha. Have you not seen Arrested Development? There's this whole thing where there's like a running joke where the family can't make a chicken noise.
Oh.
And it sounds tedious as fuck, but actually it's really funny. Which is
They were good
the
at
conversation
those
I have
long form.
about Arrested Development a lot. It looks tedious as hell, but actually it's really good. Until Jeffrey Tambor turns out as a bad person. Yeah, bad people ruin everything for everyone.
Yeah.
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 It just weren't my cup of tea. I don't know who Jeremy Turntable is.
Jeremy Turntable.
He was the original disc jockey, but
Just know that Jeremy Turntable did bad stuff.
Oh,
And we've cancelled. He's been cancelled, Jeremy Turntable.
what a prick.
Right prick. What a bloody... Urgh.
ruining turntables for everyone.
That's all right. What goes around comes around.
Oh,
Like a turntable, innit?
turntable.
Like a baby on the turntable.
I was about to say we can't afford that, but that was not the song,
That was
so carry on.
a brilliantly sort of off-brand... Yeah.
See?
We resemble but are legally distinct.
You rotate, infant, rotate.
Pull a question out the hat and then say what it says. That's the whole point of this podcast.
What's one film you will never watch no matter what?
Ooh.
So do I go first? Or do we
Yeah,
just focus-
if you have one in your brain.
Yeah, definitely. I've got one immediately, and it's kind of good because we're a film-based thing, right? Our show.
Like we thought it through.
Yeah, right. It's like it's been planned. I've reached an event horizon with a certain film, which kind of gets me in trouble because I have a degree in film. I work in film. I've done a few different things, a cinematographer and stuff like that, and I do videography full time. I've never seen The Godfather.
Interesting.
And I reached a point with that because I got all the way through kind of my film school stuff and whatever, having not watched it. No one found out. And then it got to a point where it's like, you know what? Keo, I'm never going to watch it. Just
Did
to
it come
spite-
up a lot? Was it referenced and you had to blag your way through?
A couple of times, yeah.
Okay.
Because what you can do, and this is one of the great things about what I found doing film studies was if you talk for long enough, people get bored and try and interject with a new topic. So if you just talk about oranges representing death for 20 minutes, people get really bored and change to another film. And that's one thing I know for sure about The Godfather is that oranges represent death.
I've heard that. I don't know how I've heard that, but yeah.
Have you not seen it either?
No.
Or- Right, good.
I've not seen it either.
I get this.
It's like 3 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and there's
Yeah.
3 of them. And also, like, it's supposed to be this toweringly genius achievement in film.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all of Francis Ford Coppola's other great films, like Jack with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I don't think he went the distance as a director. So I'm kind of like, yeah, screw you. I'm not watching The Godfather.
I
Come
get
at
that a
me.
lot with music actually, and a little bit with film. Like Queen and Jimi Hendrix are the 2 big examples for me. People keep telling me that I need to be into these 2 artists, especially like I am a musician. That is what I do for money most of the time. But like, oh, you must love Queen then. It's like, stop telling me what I like. And I've had that for like the last 20 years, so now I'm just like, no, I can't bother to listen to
And when
Queen.
you get told it enough time, you just want to go the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to sort of screw these theoretical people that are just sort of like, well, you've got to watch your Godfather. It's like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm 35. You
Yeah.
don't tell me what to do.
So yeah, Godfather's a little bit like that. Citizen Kane is another one that like occasionally me and Laura will just Google what movies should we watch, and yeah, Citizen Kane comes up a lot, Godfather comes up a lot, and it's just like
Citizen Kane is good though. Here comes
Is it
the
actually?
hypocrisy. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
a lot of it's in context, but Citizen Kane is good. I really like Citizen Kane.
back
and
on the
that was
list it goes.
Yeah, well, dude, like this is the thing that in the past I've been like, oh, you've got to watch Citizen Kane, and people just gone to me like, yeah, you know, it was interesting. And it's like, oh, I bored someone, I ruined someone's weekend. Oh man, okay. I'm on a tangent. I've filled it out a bit since, but for the longest time I only had Citizen Kane and Transformers the movie as Orson Welles films. And it's like, well, I've got the
Cool.
first one and the last one.
Yes.
Thus creating an aggregate experience. So if you watch them back to back, it's like you've experienced all of Orson Welles' career.
Could you like do some kind of editing between the 2 where you essentially get a median and work out what the middle of his career would be like?
That's I mean, yeah, if you put them simultaneously on a television in a kind of stereoscopic one for each eye situation.
Yes, or just the soundtrack for one but the dialogue for another, would it work?
Oh, yeah, man, I mean, it would probably get a bit vomity, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Orson Welles did the Transformers movie.
Oh, I love it when this happens.
Yeah.
And you have to be like, yeah, dude.
Like
he did.
the cartoon Eric Idle
You got
one.
the touch. You got the power. Yeah. Bow, bow. Anyway.
What is it? White Lion did the soundtrack.
He's
and it's-
Unicron. You know, Unicron, the planet Transformers, Orson Welles. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ben's face is
I mean,
like,
you kind of can't tell though, right?
amazing
Because
right
it's all
now.
modulated. And
No,
stuff.
I now feel
So
like
it's
I feel like I knew that or had been told that because I've watched that movie many times.
yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, and it's got an amazing soundtrack as well. It's
Yeah, Weird Al.
yeah, right. Like weird. Do you know? I love the idea that a bunch of people kind of went, okay, we've got this Transformers film that the kids love. And we've done all this stuff. We've changed out the cast. We need a kind of off the wall Devo homage. About 3/4 of the way through the film. Has anybody got that on tap? I think Weird Al might have one. Yeah, get it in. It'll go really well with the planet based around Eric Idle's character from Monty Python.
We've got Monty
Like,
Python. Orson Welles
Judd Nelson
and
as well.
Weird Al Yankovic.
What was it? Robert
And
Stack.
I think Lion did the soundtrack, or White Lion, or some
Lion
kind of
did
band.
the Transformers theme tune cover. Because
That was
I've got
it,
this
yeah.
soundtrack, and Stan Bush did like a ton of stuff.
Hmm.
And there's they're all called like Steel Python or
Yes.
whatever, or Black Stockings, or, whatever.
Mother Hubbard.
Mother Hubbard. That's my favourite one.
Yeah, because it could so easily be like, I am Mother Hubbard, toured with Ozzy Osbourne, yeah, whatever. Like,
so good. Yes,
who
absolutely
thought
right.
that was a good idea?
Yeah, so there you go. What was the question? This is about
Orson Welles.
Godfather, Orson
God,
Welles.
yes, bad
Yes.
films.
Films you refuse
films
to
I
watch.
refuse to watch. What about you? You got one?
What one's the Rosebud one?
Citizen Kane, yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like
See, this is. I like this because really people would say, I won't watch a Serbian film, or I won't watch
That
The Human
is,
Centipede.
that's where my brain went first.
But-
I didn't think that. I just thought, what one is like the one that I just can't be bothered? The boring.
Dude, I was the same.
Like, no, it's
We
not
all went
saying
the
that
hipster
Citizen
route rather than the
Citizen
outrage route.
Kane is. I mean, it's.
Dude, it's
I already know the
subjective.
spoiler. It's the sled.
Also, it makes no sense whatsoever because it's his. Right, the plot of Citizen Kane is a man dies alone in his mansion and his last words are Rosebud. No one knows why. More importantly, how do they know?
that was his last word?
Like no one. Yeah, it's not like he wrote it in his own piss or whatever. John Hancocked it on the floor before he tapped out, like or whatever. But yeah, no, I wouldn't like begrudge you that though.
But I said that I wouldn't. I've watched Sixth Sense once. I mean, I knew. So not a spoiler. I knew that Bruce Willis was dead before I think I knew the movie title.
Yeah. It's one of them.
It's just. I was like, okay.
Well, those lose their power, don't they? Because that was I remember when that came out, and I think it was the same year as Blair Witch, unless I'm mistaken, which is '99. And it's like Blair Witch's whole thing is like, well, look, guys, it's real footage.
Yeah.
And then when you know it's not, it's like, oh, this film's mostly about a girl with a snotty nose.
Yeah.
And Sixth Sense, the whole thing hinges on that one twist when you know it. And if you go into it already knowing it, it's like,
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah,
right, yeah.
We always talk about spoilers because you hate spoilers.
I am
Ben.
remarkably anti-spoilers.
Which-
I can't be doing with it.
I bring this up because, like, I don't really care about spoilers. Like, I'll tend to ruin something before I discover what it even is. But, like, I realised the other day why I'm like that, and I think it's because I was really into The Lord of the Rings, and I got about halfway through The Return of the King, like, the actual book. I was doing it, you know, analog like we did in the 90s. And the ending of Return of the King got spoiled by some complete fascist on Radio 4, which I don't know why I was listening to Radio 4 in the 90s as an 8-year-old, when I could have been reading. And I think since then, there's a lot to unpack there.
Or in the 1940s.
And I would have got done by the 2000s because of all the dyslexia they didn't know I had. But like, I think that's why I don't care about spoilers, because I feel like as a child I received the ultimate spoiler for something I cared deeply about and invested a lot of time in. Because like the movies hadn't even come out at that point. Like, but then just hearing how it ended just ruined like all spoilers forever, and now I don't care.
I had the 7th Harry Potter book for sport for me before it had even come out.
Was that?
Before it even come out.
Yeah,
Is the 7th one the last one?
Yeah.
Right.
So someone online must have, I don't know, like got an early copy or found like
Or
proper dug
guessed?
deep for stuff. No, because it started off with a list of characters and then the word die.
Right, okay.
Oh, great, because I was just looking, it's
Yeah.
Harry Potter stuff. Oh, I know these dead. What?
Oh no.
And then it was like, and Voldemort does this, and Harry does that.
I think there's a place between these two stools, right? Of
Yeah.
not give a shit and give a shit, because I think it cuts both ways, right? Certain things are robbed of their power when you spoil them, and there are
Yes.
certain things for which I would be furious if they were spoiled.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the things like I really, really, really care about, like, so I'm a huge, huge Judge Dredd fan, right?
Yeah.
And always have been. And when the Judge Dredd script got leaked on the internet,
Yes.
that was like finding out that I had like someone had been raising my child, and I had to go and check on it. So I read the whole script because I'm not going to spend the next 3 years sitting around waiting for this.
Yeah.
If it's garbage.
Yes.
And I read the
Right.
script and I kind of like, oh, I really like that script. Shit. and then I really liked the movie in the end. But on the other, you know, the other side of that as well, yeah, things could be robbed of their power, and I think it's really important to keep that in a lot of cases, not necessarily for everything.
Yeah.
What annoys me on our show, so we do it's kind of like this. It's just a discussion between the two guys. We sit down on the sofa and we talk about a film for half an hour, right? So like we'll do like The Thing from 1982,
Yeah.
and someone comes in the comments and goes, spoilers! Off. Like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? That film
Yeah.
came out before you were born. You
Yeah.
click on a review of it in 2019 and then get all crappy
Yeah,
about
exactly.
you. Come on, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
which I often just say that.
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
our show,
100%,
but,
yeah.
like, you know, there's this. What I'm trying to say in a very roundabout way is that there's the statute of limitations. I
Yes,
think.
definitely.
And when people sort of go like, "Well, you spoiled the Princess Bride," it's like, jog on, like go watch it. I mean, I'm not the hugest fan of that film anyway, but like, go watch the Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Don't click on a
Yeah,
video
yeah.
on it, but on the internet about it. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not proud of this at all. There you go. In 1999, when the Phantom Menace came out, I was 15.
Yeah.
Because I'm old. And I was doing work experience. We'll do some Cambridge talk. I was working in the Thomas Cook in the Grafton Centre at the time.
Yeah.
And the cinema, the Warner Cinema, was in the Grafton Centre as well.
Yeah.
So we all bunked off work experience
Nice.
to go see the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, of course.
And we were then on the evening news because there were cameras there, like standing behind the guy
Yeah.
Jesse Chewy. But that's not the confession. That's not the confession. I ended up seeing the Phantom Menace in the cinema about 4 times, in increasing stages of denial. And I don't know what possessed me in the end of the first screening. But you know, like it's the same with a lot of multiplexes, right? You can go up that fire exit and it networks up to the screen. So you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
get your little fucking hands in there and you pull the door open. I don't know why I did this. I'm such a monster. I went into one of the random other screens. I looked at the screen and it was about 2/3 the way through. And then I turned to the crowd and shouted, Darth Maul gets cut in half and falls down a hole, and then just ran. Look, he looks like he's going to tear my dick off.
Were you in that
Were
screen?
you in that?
No, it's Ben once got cut in half and fell down.
Yeah,
I'm
I feel
afraid.
quite personally attacked. You should.
You can't see Ben, but he has mechanical spider legs.
I
Yeah.
do.
That,
And
that
they're
he's-
canon as well.
Their legs and cannons.
I'm afraid, Ben, that these legs they're canon. They're on Wikipedia. There's nothing you can do. This is irreversible.
We don't normally get deep lore within the first half hour. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah,
No,
we're going in,
I have
we're
to.
going
Yes,
in.
I hate spoilers, and I would have hated you, but that is quite funny.
Yeah.
I am a piece of crap.
I think
right,
because
and
you show such remorse for what you did,
But it's-
I can't hate you because
It was
you
a-
hated your.
It was an act of pointless intellectual terrorism that I just did for its own sake. Like there was no, and I liked the film at the time, and I was kind of into it, and I went and saw it more times. And if someone had done that to me, I would have been heartbroken. But I was just kind of like, eh. In the same, I was the kid who used to blow up dog tails with fireworks and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So you know, that's very much my MO for that point in time.
I thought you were going to yell out Qui-Gon dies.
Yeah, same.
which would have affected me deeper. I
Yeah, because
think,
we all just thought at the time like Liam Neeson was in it for the long haul, right? Because he's Liam Neeson, and then he just sort
Yeah.
of dies like a sucker. And someone in the comments is going, "I can't believe you spoiled the Phantom Menace." Jog on, get out.
I
Just
mean,
go.
George Lucas spoiled the Phantom Menace.
That's true. And Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
Oh my God.
Oh no, I've been stabbed through my chest. I'll have to be in revenge films forever. That's my Liam Neeson. It's not very good. But you go, I'm the commuter. That's which in the commuter he did not say once, and that was, you know, up front, that was my ticket price. I want him to look down the camera. Remember, everybody, I'm the commuter. But he didn't do that.
Amazing.
Well,
There
that's
you go.
that movie spoiled for me. I only wanted to see it so I could see
turns out-
Liam Neeson say the title of every show he's in.
You might say she's been taken. Which I think-
3.
Taken 3? It's just a walk among the tombstones. Just direct down. It's in his contract, man. Down the barrel. Every film.
That one with the wolves.
The one where I punch a big wild dog. A wolf. It's a wolf. I'm the commuter. It's like, man,
Oh, we should just do Liam Neeson impressions for the rest of the
I can't
show.
think of a single fucking Liam Neeson movie.
well, now it's got out your head, right? And he brings out approximately 50 a year until he got cancelled.
Yeah.
But like,
Did he do something stupid, or did he just stop being in films?
Oh, he was.
Oh, no, there was that thing
He
last
did
time.
all
would-
the racist thing.
I'm leaving that well alone.
Whatever he said, which just shouldn't have been said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
whatever reason he had for saying it, you just shouldn't say that thing.
That's just.
You listen to it, and there's so many opportunities. You just leave the room,
He
Liam.
says it, and then he kind of goes like, "But you're not going to use it, are you? I'm the commuter." and then just carries on, and it's like, dude, why did you say that? Like, even the most racist uncle wouldn't just drop that out of context. Do you know what I mean? You like,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, oh god, I don't even want to get into that.
Let's pick another question out the hat.
In the hat.
Well, now that you've peaked the audio, you may as well go for it, Ben.
What did Liam Neeson say?
Who was Liam Neeson? No.
The Commuter.
The commuter. I'm the commuter.
The conversation hat.
New Cats film, yes or no?
Ah.
No.
We did a whole video on that.
No, it's I've seen the live show. It was great. I had the videotape of or my sister did when we were young, have a videotape of the live show.
Yeah.
It was not as good as the live show, but it was still cool. Because in the live show they talk little bits.
Yeah.
But
Right,
but
okay.
3 sentences, 4 sentences over the entire show.
Yeah, yeah.
Not each, just
It's entirely
quick
music, isn't
this way as they
Oh,
move
I
on
didn't
to the
realise
next
that.
song
I
or
didn't
something like
realise
that. Not this weird CGI, not CGI. Why is your head so big? You Dragon Ball piece of shit looking. Who decided that the set should be this bad? That on this massive bed you're jumping on, you look like the size of gerbils. But oh look, here's a chair that could. I don't know.
And
here's fucking
Ben's
Ronnie
gesticulating.
Corbett's chair
God rest him.
for the size different. No.
I mean, and
No.
yeah, just I don't think it's ethical to arbitrarily decide that I want more James Corden, because I do not.
No, as
Particularly
soon
not
as
in the
someone
guise of a
casts
cat.
James Corden in something, that's a sign that you should stop.
Yes, particularly as a kind of, it's sort of like Charlie Brooker had this thing about those Dolmio adverts where the puppets are like sitting around real food, and there's something inherently jarring and icky about a puppet
Interesting.
about to tuck into real food, and it's a kind of uncanny valley thing, because that Cats trailer to me looked like a big bag of spiders eating a live puppy.
Yeah.
It's that
Yeah.
something inside you just
Yeah.
goes no. In
In the live show, it was clearly there were people in spandex with fluffy leg warmers and gloves that were
It's
leg
super
warmers but on
stylised
hands.
makeup and things.
Really funky makeup, yeah.
That was
But
enough
obviously,
for furries in
obviously
the 90s.
a
That's all you
tail,
needed.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
obviously a tail
Between-
that was just on a rope of dental floss. It wasn't make them look as if they have tails. That's there to represent a tail. It's a story about cats. Clearly, we're not going to have fucking cats doing this because that would be weird and mental.
No,
and
I'd
not
watch
possible.
that.
Why?
I'd
has-
complete just
like
20, just
actual
20
cats?
cats just on a stage, 2 hours. You're in, no ice cream break. Fuck you,
No
watch the
ice
cats.
cream
Just
You're
watch the
watching
cats freak out onto the
Different
Fresnels.
show every day,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Often different cats. Sometimes there's a dog because cats bugger off.
I think that show would have a reasonably high fatality rate for the cats as well. I think that would
And
probably
some
go
people.
horribly. And
Yeah.
some
Be
Yeah.
allergic.
people.
Rabies.
No, you should never have a cat with a human nose. I mean, that's so jarring. And
Yeah.
they've got that kind of, because either have like you were saying, like the stage show, right? And
Yeah.
I hate musical theatre for the most part.
Sure.
Here we go.
Right.
I wish I knew some plays I could spoil. Oh no, am I a
I was
shit?
hoping you'd
Jock or
go
a
full on
shit?
Jets. I really was.
Kick your bollocks.
That's a Robert Wise film, so I could be all about that, you know. But like, if you make me go see it on the West End, I'll be like, no, I hate you forever. Why are you doing this to me? But no, yeah, the Cats musical looks
Yes.
like a horrible nightmare.
It's
Either
one
have
of-
people or have cats.
Why? Just why? It's one of those, we have the technology, don't bother though.
McCavity is wearing a hat.
Is that bad?
Well, considering that they're all naked, that means that
got a
either
bald
he's
spot.
found a hat and he's put it on,
What size is the hat?
like big
But is it
Fuck
cat?
off,
Is
Western.
it him cat-sized hat or is it
who's playing that character?
Idris.
Idris Elba?
Idris Elba.
Yes, I
Yeah,
can never
right.
pronounce his name. I've only ever seen it written down and people correcting me, and then I instantly forget.
Idiebi.
Yeah, him. Ian McKellen's character looks like he's wearing a big fur coat, but that makes sense for a cat to have big furry shoulders, so it sort of looks
Looks
a
like a
bit
coat.
like human clothes, but clearly it's cat. McCavity's got something wrong if he's got a proper cat. That means he's found a hat and put it on, or his head is just deformed into the shape of
the shape of a hat.
of a baddie's hat.
Because Judi Dench has
But
like
the-
a flap of skin to look like a coat. And
But I
was like,
think Magical Mr. Mistopheles takes his hat off at one point. I know he's a wizard, but
This is a deep dive into the world
But
of cats.
again-
I'm learning a
So
lot about
again,
cats.
like I want to really stress this point. Yeah, they've found hats, but they've found cat-sized
cat-sized hats that go with their
I,
not
as a
even
human,
outfit. Their
as a
fur
human with
tone.
access to Amazon, I don't know if I could find a cat-sized hat.
You can
But
get cat
these
muzzles.
street rodents have apparently found a hat that fits.
Yeah.
This begs another question, going back to what you said, Ben, as well. So it's set in this kind of realistic-ish London, right? And they're kind of cat-sized. So there's Trafalgar Square in it and stuff.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make sense because in the show it's just in an alley.
Well, again, it's the jarring thing of this is like the puppets eating real food, right? Because
Yeah.
then I'm forced to imagine that there's these kind of like 12-foot tall humans with cats' faces. Exactly. I just have to assume that the inverse exists, because otherwise it's a world run by sentient cats that all seem cat-sized.
That was a noise of being horrified, by the way, not turned on. I feel like that could have gone either way.
Between the Sonic trailer and the Cats trailer, this has been a fabulous year for furry wanking.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that is off the scale.
See, now with the Sonic trailer, I thought they were being sneaky there.
All right.
I was thinking what they've done is they've released the Sonic trailer with a terrible looking Sonic. Everyone's going to go mental. Everyone's going to hate on it. Everyone's going to talk about it. And then the studio's going to go, hey guys, okay, we listen to you because
Yeah.
we love you.
Yeah, right.
You're what matters. We'll redesign it. Wheel out that Sonic that we designed to begin with.
So then the
Yes,
dialogue.
Bring out the
right.
first one. But it's now been so long. It's, at time of recording, it's like, what, 6 months?
Yeah, I suppose
Yeah,
so.
something like that.
If
yeah.
not longer, since the trailer's drop. And they've gone, okay, yeah, we'll sort this out.
Do you
And
reckon
there's
that
been no hint of
any film?
any...
No.
Yeah.
Nothing
and
else.
And it ignores a number of wider issues. It wasn't just the god-awful kind of blue chimp monster. That
It was mostly that, let's be fair.
It was mostly that. But it's got the... I will say this much. It appears that they've gone like, oh man, 2019, Sonic film. How do we hack this one? Let's go back to the source. Remember all those things that the Super Mario Brothers movie did really well.
Yeah.
We're going to do all, i.e., bringing characters into the real world or swapping worlds and having kind of a weird, realistic tone. Because
Yeah.
they say when I heard the Sonic movie, right, I just thought like, oh, cool. Well, just a big poppy, cartoony fantasy
Yeah.
film set in the Green Hill Zone or whatever. That's a lock. Instead, it's like, no, he has to team up with the San Francisco cop.
But that
my
I
God.
sort of got with because I know Sonic Adventure, not a good game, but like Sonic X, which is a TV show, is one of like the best Sonic. Granted,
Is that the one where he eats chili dogs? Or was that the
No, I
other
think
one?
that's the very first.
So that's the first one. So
That's Sonic
X
the
is
Hedgehog. So
later
Sonic X is later on. He does come to the real world, but it's still animated.
on. Right.
So like he gets blasted through with Robotnik, Chaos Emeralds, blah 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 blah. He has to save
so there's
everything.
something there then.
So that's what I thought they were doing, but then it's just wow.
I quite like Sonic Adventure, by the way. I'll have you know.
Cool, but
Fight.
Cool.
Fight.
Sonic Adventure 2 was better
Yeah, do you know what? Now here's the thing.
because
I
it
had a
controlled
Dreamcast, but I
in
never-
general.
Well, that's the thing. I found that the kind of hub world. This is the wrong podcast. I found the hub worlds and that really boring and weird. But then when you had the kind of running through the
Oh yeah, the running bit, the bit that people buy Sonic games for, that bit was good.
quite a number
When
of
they
Sonic
tried to
games
make
took
you
out the running,
wander
didn't they?
around and just randomly get hit by cars that would go, "Arr!" and then just people that would not move out of your fucking way.
Well, this is the thing. Is Mario Odyssey?
Oh, yeah.
It's like Mario
Yeah.
goes to the real world in hubs, and then people are kind of like, well, hold on a minute, because that means Mario's not human.
Yeah.
Because he's half the size and he's like this little button-nosed creature.
He's meeting
and it's
actual humans
Yeah.
who would, in real life, freak the fuck out. If
It's
they
like-
saw
Apart from
whatever.
his girlfriend, who is now mayor of New Donk City.
And
yeah.
New Donk City sounds so much like what you would call a city in a porn parody as well.
Absolutely.
It's one letter away from dong, but it's not even that. It just sounds like a
I mean,
kind
it's
of
got the
sex
word
thing.
nude in it already. Nude.
New Donk, yes. And Mario's already punching above his weight.
Yes.
I mean, Luigi is clearly a player, so whatever. But like Mario's, and it turns out he's like this little sort of blue-collar goblin, and not even a guy. Like he's just like whose profession doesn't really seem to come into play a
In
lot.
that game, he possesses a slab of meat.
Yeah,
And the
that
button
hat
prompt
thing.
is press A to twitch.
Ugh.
And it's just wobbly lump of ham that wiggles across
So basically, you're paying 30 quid to watch Mario twitch the meat.
30 quid, you have not bought a console game for a while, my friend.
No,
I reckon
got
Shigeru
Steam.
Miyamoto has a collection of skulls somewhere. He's definitely got a secret bunker full of weird shit. Like, we won't know till he's gone, but he's up to bad stuff.
I'm bummed out that they were...
Oh, come on, he's not Jeremy Turntable.
that we know of. Will come out when he
He's the
dies.
video games Walt Disney. And as we all know, Walt Disney was a Nazi, had his head frozen, so
He was.
Miyamoto's definitely up to stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, probably balls deep in Walt Disney's head. I mean, if you've got that much money, why not?
This is like Michael Jackson buying the Elephant Man skeleton. It's
Yeah.
like, Shigeru Miyamoto has Walt Disney's head, and he's been
Use it as a willy warmer.
warmer.
Not if it's frozen, Ben.
Warmer.
Hey, hot pockets are warm when you take them out the microwave.
I was worried that I was going to lower the tone, but Ben is the one that conceptualised
Yes,
Shigeru Miyamoto skull fucking the late Walt Disney. Which puts me, I said it in a crude way, but it puts me on a higher
Please
pedestal.
make a note of that.
Yeah, is that coming out?
No, that's staying in.
No.
Might double it.
No, I'm saying make a note of it for an episode title.
Oh, what was that? Sorry, there's been in the last 10 minutes.
Miyamoto.
Skull fucking the late Walt
Don't make a
Disney.
dyslexic person write out.
This is what Duncan's life is like. I'm always... Oh, you wonder think what Hideo Kojima's up to, mate.
Metal Gear Solid. Poo. Zombies of the dogs of our children's wives fighters.
I'll go.
Ghosts, holograms.
I'll go Walt Disney Hot Pocket. There you go.
That is my favourite German
Oh,
techno
this
act.
is. I also forgot to say this bit.
Walt Disney Hot Pocket.
I forgot this bit to the structure as well. I'm writing down show names and we'll choose one at the end. I forgot.
Oh, is
to
that a
mention that.
thing?
That's a
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
that's
It's a
cool.
new thing, and that's why I forgot to
Has
say
this one
it.
got a name?
Not yet.
Not until the end. That's
Not
what we
until the
decided.
Oh,
at the
you
very end.
retro.
I'm.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wait.
Liam's making some notes.
Yeah.
And we'll pick
so
them out at the
and
end.
we'll
Gotcha.
democratically choose a title at the end. And there's some crackers here.
Things-
Already.
That'll suit
for
Walt
sale.
Disney.
The Conversation Hat Podcast.
Here's a quick tip for if you think you're a racist. Don't mention race. Duh.
Best post-apocalypse to live in. The Cats movie.
yes, indeed. If you're a furry, it's the Cats film.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. I mean, you would be a lone human wanking at the landscape until you died of dehydration, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
But, you know,
It should be about 20 minutes, probably.
yes, yeah.
I spaffed my load forever. I will lie down and die.
Just a husk. Anyway, the post-apocalypse.
Yeah, which post-apocalypse? So presumably depicted in games or films, which would you most like to live in?
It's quite. I had this discussion the other day, right? Because, like, you know, Mad Max.
Yeah.
But if Mad Max happened in England, I think there'd still be plenty of water.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Mad Max in the Fenland, so that would be a dreary film.
Precisely.
That I would
Just
watch.
people on narrowboats.
people on narrowboats hunting and eating toads. That would be
with webbed feet because
with webbed
Norfolk.
feet, yeah, because Norfolk. We'd reclaim.
It would take like literally one generation of further interbreeding for the web toes to come out.
It's easy for us to poke fun at Norfolk, but the thing is,
It is.
because no one outside of Cambridgeshire knows what the rest of Cambridgeshire is like.
Yeah.
And we're just as inbred as them, man. Like,
Inbred, but Tory voting apparently.
but not in the city.
No.
The city's a Liberal Labour stronghold, but outside is a sea of blue. Let's not
Yeah.
talk about that at all. that is a factual observation for
the listener-
historic voting records.
I look
And
forward to
no-
the post-apocalypse when like the central two-party system we have explodes and like the rich manage to eat each other, and then somehow all the gold disappears because we haven't actually used the gold standard, even though we said we have been for the last 50 years. And then all the poor people just have to fight, and Hull wins.
There is a post-apocalyptic fact relating to Cambridge on Brooklands Avenue. Do you know about the centre of government on Brooklands Avenue?
No.
So the network of this is totally dry historical fact. There's a bunker at the bottom of Brooklands Avenue, which is now a developed housing area, and they can't touch it because it's listed.
Right.
And the idea was to evacuate up to a point. Was I think up to 1991 was to evacuate the British government to Cambridge in the event of a nuclear attack, because it wasn't felt that we would be flattened as much. Being away
Sure,
from the
yeah.
war. So there's these miniature bunkers called ROC posts all over the country.
Cool.
There's one in Harston that you can go down. You're not supposed to, and it's all been trashed. But you get ones that are intact. I've gone and
Yeah.
done it because I'm fun like that. The theoretical nuclear apocalypse of the mid to early Cold War would have featured Cambridge quite heavily. So there you go. And you can go gawk at it for a fence now. They haven't opened it to the public.
Sweet. Yeah, they wouldn't work now because you'd never get them over here in time with the trains being shambles as they are.
I love that.
Good job.
We've just seen. We're on the radar. The missiles are coming from Russia.
Yeah, but there's
The train
games
has
on the
been
line.
delayed.
Quickly get to King's Cross. We might get the quarter past. Someone
Bugger,
buys
it's
some sandwiches.
cancelled again. There's a leaf on the lines. We'll just die.
I mean, that is a level of mundanity that would see the end of British civilization.
Yeah.
Some people missed a train.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, that's it. You guys are done. I mean, the Terminator Apocalypse is pretty rad. As long as it's the one you see in Terminator 1 and 2 where it'd be awful, but it's purple lasers. It's all mildly disco.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to look at, apart from the skulls.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I might go Fallout.
See, I was thinking Fallout, but
4, not 76. Or New Vegas. I'd just gamble.
like you get attacked, even in the nice bits that you make yourself. You get attacked, or there's always some dickhead asking you to go out and do something.
No, you just
Like,
ignore
come on,
them.
Preston, you're the security man. I've got stuff to do. My son is missing.
RPGs are all based around really passive-aggressive people, aren't
Yeah.
they? Because it's cool as like, well, you know, I lost my laser cannon. I could go find it myself if I wasn't so tired. It's just like, get out of here. If it's a real person, it'd be like, get to the point, you knob. That's what I've got. I have OCD, right? So like, I found it really difficult to play Fallout because I collected every item in my vicinity. So I'd go to an area and I'd walk out for like 50 tin cans and my character couldn't walk anymore. And, like, I'm playing it for laughs, but it's true. And I was like, this does not fit my profile at all. I can't. Just I'm like alphabetizing bottle caps or whatever, and it's like, I don't think this is for me. This isn't going to pan out. And it makes me worry about the real nuclear apocalypse because I'd be like the crazy cat lady man with a trolley full of bloody cereal boxes or whatever.
Or just bloody cats reenacting your favourite musicals from before it all went.
I quite like the
Explosions.
idea of, someone sort of orchestrating their own live-action version of Cats in the Apocalypse. That was it the Dragon film with Christian Bale where they reenact Star Wars for the kids? Rain of Fire.
Rain of Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So like he like acts out and he's like, he's Christian Bale pretending to be Cockney or whatever, and he's sort of like, and then Darth Vader pricks up his laser sword, have a banana, and all the kids around and stuff. So it's like folkloric versions of
Yeah, I remember
Star
that.
Wars.
I remember picking that up and being like, oh, this is going to be like one of those cheesy movies I kind of hate, and it's just a bit flimsy.
It's got enough. Oh, I tell you, that's another 28 Days Later, right?
Oop.
Get a loft full of food. I know that's a bit of an ask, but all you have to do is stay put till everyone starves to death, and then you can go live in Alton Towers, or you know, whatever.
Well, you
Yeah,
got to
true.
be well quiet because otherwise they come and they eat you.
Yes,
That was the thing. As well,
they kind of beat you to death, don't they? They don't even
yeah.
eat you.
And then you get got.
Then you get got. But this is what I'm saying. If you
But
get ahead
in
of the
28
game,
Days Later, it was only London.
well, it was Britain. It's like mainland Britain.
It started in Cambridge.
Starts in
it
Cambridge,
was.
yeah.
Sorry, yes,
Yeah.
it was mainly. It was Britain, and then they in 28 weeks later they had like
The Isle of Dogs.
they'd got London. Then that was great.
That's
And
got
then
Iris Elbow in it.
Then the guy was a dick, and then he got by his wife, and then everyone else gets got, and then Paris.
And then Paris, and then no 28 months later, and also a
Because they'll be
series.
pushing it, because that's like 2 years.
Well, this is
and
the
some
problem.
more.
It's a series through its naming convention has tied
Yeah.
itself into a non-sustainable timeline.
Yeah.
So when you get to like the next one's, I guess the fifth would be 280 years later or something.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not sure I'm down for that, to be honest. But if they just left, I mean, I did cite Alton Towers as a place, whatever. You just weighed it out.
But you've seen Zombieland, right? That didn't go well for them.
That's true, but they're zombies. Everyone in 20 Days Later is going to starve to death.
Yes,
And then
they are infected. They are not zombies. It's not a zombie film.
you just got to chill out. I mean, that's Danny Boyle's like, I'm not making a zombie film. It's like, you are by all intentions making a zombie film. Like, technicality, no. But in terms of the level of threat and how it's portrayed, and you're making a zombie film.
Basically, yeah.
I live in Deptford. I could walk it. That's what, that line always is in my head for some reason. But yeah, I mean, it's all quite dreary, isn't it? The apocalypse.
Conversation.
Reach a consensus on the best toast topping. Whoa!
Cheese, isn't it?
Hoorah. I don't know about that, mate.
Oh, come
got strong-
on. I thought that would be case closed.
No, I can wildcard this for you. I like toast. I like toast. Something that
Is it more toast? Just
some kind of toastception.
butter sandwich or toast
Maniac.
sandwich.
Good God, man! You're like, Jesus. You're the guy standing in the bunker when the nuclear bomb goes off, going like, "I am become death, destroyer of worlds." It's too many pieces of toast. You got to stop playing God. Robert Oppenheimer. You're the Oppenheimer of warmed bread. Has anyone ever said that to you before?
Shockingly, no.
They may never say it again. So enjoy that.
It's going on the titles list.
But here's the thing that people like really disgusted at me for, and I think they're disproportionately disgusted because I think it's a nice thing.
Yeah.
If you put really buttery toast and squirt a kind of snake shape of ketchup on it, not cake it in ketchup, just
like a
ketchup
wiggle.
on toast.
Interesting.
Spicy barbecue sauce on toast. I'm a big fan of Marmite. That's my go-to.
Marmite's
on
good,
toast.
Marmite
I mean,
toast.
that's very much the missionary sex of toast toppings, but it is it's a winner.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw some curveballs in there.
Oh God.
How do they taste? That's me done. I can turn it off now. That's all I wanted.
Well, in the room for drum kit, you should have done that.
Hang on. Hang on.
Oh, bravo!
I've done that before, but no one's watching.
Bravo! I want to. Hey, tell me about this curveball.
Is that a ride symbol?
Tinned mackerel in tomato sauce. Pop that on.
Is that silled, or is that different?
I don't know what seal. I mean, I opened it just now.
Well,
it wasn't. It was sealed until then.
Hey, throw the thing again.
Nailed it.
Tinned fish.
Donk.
One of them's called silled, and it's maybe that's sardines and tomato. All these things are those weirdly like post-war foods.
My one just said mackerel in tomato sauce.
Were you eating it in an Anderson shelter and listening to Vera Lynn?
Oh, I don't know any other way to eat mackerel in tomato
That's what I was
sauce.
going to say. Yeah, I would get behind that, but I am violently opposed to fish in all forms.
Then let me tickle your fancy with this
good.
secondary
Oh
curveball.
no!
Is it 2 mackerel? That would be a curveball.
Just say the day before you've made some chili.
Ooh.
Or even perhaps a little bit too much spaghetti bolognese that you haven't mixed in with spaghetti.
Yeah, pasta
A
sandwiches.
little bit of that warmed up,
Yeah.
not pasta.
Just the bolognese.
Get your carbs away. Just the bolognese, the meaty bit,
Yeah.
or the chili. Just as I said, not over the top. Just a little layer.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I could meet you halfway with a bolognese or a chili. Definitely.
That's
I've done cannelloni sandwiches and lasagna sandwiches before because
lasagna's already a kind of sandwich. You
Yeah,
really
but
are
then
the
you
Robert,
add
Robert
toast.
Oppenheimer of toast.
Yeah.
You are. You're
Yeah.
playing God, mate.
I am.
It's a sandwich
I
of
love it.
passoir.
You're like Dr. Moreau. You're trying to stitch a monkey's head onto a pigeon and then go, "I've made a lasagna sandwich." No, Liam, no.
No, but have you tried it?
If I feel like the only time I do try it is if I infiltrate your private island and I'm forced to by an owl with the face of a tarantula.
Look, I don't read the news. I listen to podcasts. Like, that is not going into the top 10 of worst islands to be discovered in this particular year. So, like, as far as secret islands go, I think the lasagna ones with like monkeys on spiders is probably fine.
Lasagnas. I mean,
He was a disgusting man. He had a woman who like flew in different kinds of things to go on bread.
he's a monster.
He's a monster.
I will. I mean, I am. I don't eat fish because it just makes. I hate it. It makes
Sure.
me sick. But I am basically a vile human being. I had that KFC I was just in the States recently working.
Talking
and
about
KFC,
the double down.
No, the Cheeto burger or the Cheeto meal.
What?
So it's a burger with Cheetos on it, of course, like a chicken burger, and the
Fucking
side of
hell.
like chicken pops with covered in this Cheeto sauce. So they've condensed the Cheeto dust into like a fluid. However, as someone, because I used to be like a painter, like, you know, not like a paint decorator, but like a painter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I am very familiar with neon orange paint that's been diluted in a jar. And this fluid behaves in the same way in terms of how it clings to things and dries and stuff. So you get
Yeah.
potato wedges, fries, a box of chicken pops covered in this kind of heinous fluid. The burger is dripping with the heinous fluid. I'm salivating thinking about it. It was actually, I was out there for 3 weeks for work. We ate that on day 7, and I felt wrong until we left.
Yeah.
Like, I was quite ill the next day, and for the rest of the shoot, I just kept sort of coming to work, just like sometimes shaking one day, and I'm really certain it was that.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we've wandered away from toast, but I mean, in terms of Dr. Moreau style.
I mean, I was pretty staunchly Remain until like that. Like, let's open up trade with the US.
deregulate, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I want my
One
chicken.
chlorinate the
meal
chicken.
and you're fucking dying for 14 days.
I mean, chlorinate that chicken as long as you cover it in distilled
Cheeto
orange
paint.
paint. Yeah,
Has
no,
it's
I'm
the
into
way
it.
it dried and clung to things and the shit. I mean, they have
Christ.
violently coloured food.
Yeah, they do.
Violently coloured food.
Oh yeah, even just the Fanta, which
Eggs are
I assume
white.
is exactly the same Fanta. You could light your room by it. You don't need to turn on the nightlight when you're going in your hotel room. You
Is it
just
like-
have a bottle of Fanta and
Is it like Nuka-Cola Quantum, that kind of...
it ain't far off.
Wow.
Yeah, just sits and it doesn't merely glow, it hums. It's a,
You have a couple of swigs of it and it's stained the plastic at the top.
I had a freedom
Wow.
themed Mountain Dew as well, and I think it was called like Freedom Dew, and it was like blue. It was blue, bright blue, and it had pictures of eagles and stuff on the bottle.
Right.
And the problem was, so I had
I think that's the problem in and of itself.
Yeah.
I doubled down, so to speak. I had a big blue slushie afterwards, and then the next day we went to Palm Springs to interview a lady who did a film with Robert Englund years ago. I can't remember her name, but for the entire interview and the setup, I had like violent shits brewing, and then I had to. There's no like, it's quite like a golf clubby place, so I had to, because I was doing the sound, I was calling the slate, I was a cameraman. And like I was pinching this in until she finished, and they were all getting photos with her and stuff. And I was like, "I've got to take a business call," and I run out with my sound belt still on, and I was running around this neighbourhood, like about to pop, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna have to poo like in someone's garden, like otherwise it's going in my trousers." And I found a golf club, and it was like when you find the mirage in the desert, and like I've stuck into a golf club, and I pooed in there, and it was bright green
Whoa.
because of the blue.
Like baby poo.
Yeah.
Oh dang.
But sort of like baby poo and green Play-Doh. I mean, it was violently cartoonishly green. And that, you know, that's my experience of American cuisine. And that's what you should put on your toast.
We found when I was in America, the best place you could go was McDonald's.
I did that in Peru a couple of times because it's a safe option. Like, because I had some dodgy rice. And these aren't just all poo stories, they kind of are.
They can
But,
be,
like,
it's
I got
fine.
violently pooey again in Peru. Maybe I'll save that for another time. But
Write that down, violently pooey in Peru.
violently pooey in Peru.
What's the second violently I have in here?
Yeah, McDonald's is just like, well, I know what I'm getting,
Yeah.
and it's not going to upset things too much. And you know, don't get me wrong, I ate some like wacky Peruvian stuff quite a lot, but it was like when I lost a lot of weight and a couple of pairs of socks that week, and then you may fill in the blanks.
I'd rather not if
So
it's
it's
all
all
the
very
same.
scatological. Toasts, man, chutney and blue cheese if you're feeling like a ponce.
Oh,
good.
blueberry jam. Blueberry jam and cheese toasty. That's
nice. Yeah, that's kind of like when you like having cheese and a grape on a cracker, right? You get that sweet and that
good. Yeah,
savoury.
that's a good thing.
Bacon.
On toast.
We're just rested upon the toast.
Sorry, I didn't realise I was being Hitler here. I thought I was a perfectly reasonable blue cheese and sriracha or whatever. No, how about, okay, fine, whatever.
Bacon
Not
on
bacon.
toast.
No, I just feel like if you have like a rash of bacon on toast, when you bit it, it wouldn't yield, and you'd be it'd be loose. There's nothing fastening the bacon to the bread.
You don't want loose bacon,
You don't want loose bacon.
So I
mate.
wasn't thinking it through.
you dick.
I was going to say hash browns
Hash brown on toast.
or noodles.
See, now noodles on toast are good, but you
Yeah.
need to, if they're like the super noodles,
You need
then
the cheap, yeah. Cheaper the
You
better.
need to
what you
soak
need to do
through
is
to
you
the
need
bread.
to put, you need to have a knife and fork with that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you eat the bread last and it's all saturated.
I was
with the
introduced to
flavour
that
of
with
noodles.
salad cream on top, which worked very well. I haven't possessed salad cream for over a decade. There wasn't any kind of traumatic incident. It just doesn't feel like
Just
a very
ran out
adult thing
quickly.
to have. Yeah, no. But yeah, salad cream and super noodles. on
So
toast.
we have got to reach a consensus. I'm willing to commit to ketchup.
Have you ever had a microwave ketchup sandwich?
Oh, what now? I love microwave sandwiches and ketchup.
So, just bread.
I like
think
it
you can
so
butter
far.
it lightly if you want, and then ketchup, and then put another slice of bread on top. Microwave it for like 7 seconds. Flip the shit out of that. Microwave for another 7 seconds.
How is flipping the shit different to regularly flipping?
Well, all right, just flip it.
Great, okay.
I mean, I might do a war cry when I flip
Yeah.
it.
You can put in as much effort as you want,
Yeah.
and then eat that, and tasty.
That sounds sexy, man. I don't have any
is.
bread in at the moment, else I would just go home and do that.
We are talking about toast here. Sorry to be that guy.
I know, but I'm just saying that's good.
Yeah. Good call.
I'd be thrilled if the world would at least try ketchup on toast.
I'll definitely give it. I can imagine in my brain tongue how that would taste, and I'm into
My
it.
brain
tongue.
tongue. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Like your
I'm
mind's
using
eye,
that.
you've got a
Like
brain tongue.
Yeah.
my brain tongue.
Because you know I've never had that combination, but like you know the texture and taste of like buttery toast, and you know the texture and taste of ketchup. You just
do
put
we
one on
do
top
we
of the
butter
other.
the toast first?
Oh god, yeah.
Right,
Like,
because
really
I
butter.
had it
Yeah.
like no butter.
Oh, no,
in my
no, no.
head,
Well, I
in
mean,
my brain tongue.
you
Your
know,
brain tongue's wrong, Ben.
I've never done that, but I'm happy. I think that's acceptable.
I think you need the butter in there as well. I think, that
this
would
is what
complement
we've
the
That's how
decided.
it
slight
works,
tartness of the
man. I think
ketchup.
that.
Toast, ketchupy toast. Listeners, try it both ways. Tell us which way's your favourite. Comment, subscribe.
I'm genuinely.
What do we do now?
This feels like a great personal victory for me.
Yeah, let's
in
give
a
that a
small
go.
way. I've always been sneered at for my ketchup on toast by every
No,
cohabiter.
I'm certainly willing to try it, and
Yeah,
that's the
I'm
point
up-
of
I'm up for some-
Wonderful people.
I mean, I need to buy some bread and some ketchup
And a
a
toaster.
a butter, some knives.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got a magnifying glass and the sun comes out again tomorrow, you could kind of really long game a piece of bread.
Just run into Tesco's. It's a warm day. Give me your bread.
give me let this man through. He's got a magnifying glass.
Conversation hat.
Wow, we really went places. Right, so as is tradition, let's go through. I've noted down a few possible titles. The Mighty Zod. I can't remember what that was, but came up very early because my handwriting is neat at that point. That's how I know. A Good Year for Furries. Blue Collar Goblin. Walt Disney Hot Pocket. Oppenheimer of Warm Bread. Violently Pooie in Peru, and Violently Cartoonishly Green.
I mean, what
Violently
was
Pooh
the
in Peru.
actual thing about Walt Disney's head?
It was skull fucking
Skull
the head of the late.
Miyamoto.
Oh yeah, Shigeru
Shigeru
Miyamoto
Skull
fucking the head of the late Walt Disney. And I think dead people are
That's
always
too
funnier
many
if you put the
characters
late-
for like.
I
the
think
thumbnail.
it's violently pooing in Peru.
I quite like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would go to a band called that if I saw it at a festival.
Oh yeah.
I'd buy
what I
that
mean?
book.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a shame Richard and Judy aren't around to review it anymore. Their long lamented book club will never know the pleasures of being violently pooey in Peru.
Oh,
Outstanding.
sorry, Richard and Judy.
Richard, thank you so much for your time. Do you want to just recap your... Well, I say recap, we haven't actually done that bit yet. Do you want to let us know Twitter, YouTube links for Val Verde and yourself? Where can people find
Yes.
you and the stuff you do?
If you go on Facebook and type in Richard Jackson, it's a very generic name, but there's like a fan page for it.
Okay.
Because my real Facebook's under a fake name because
Smart.
of weirdos.
Yes, they... Yeah. Weirdos have a tendency to ruin stuff.
Yeah, particularly.
Hello.
Good afternoon. If you go to YouTube and type in Val Verde Broadcasting,
Yeah.
Val Verde is the.
Did I say
fictional-
Val Verde?
Oh, maybe.
Just
That's
grab
all
that
right.
out.
We're here now.
Val
Anyone
Verde.
needs it. Just
Okay,
Val
it's all
Verde.
good.
It's the fictional nation invented by Stephen E. D'Souza for a number of films.
Right.
That's the trivia. Yeah, Val Verde Broadcasting. Val Verde Broadcasting. Type that into YouTube. My Twitter is at its_Jackson time, but there's no apostrophe because that's a Michael Jackson fan page. What else? Yeah, that'll do it. If you'll
Nice
figure
one.
it out
Yeah,
from
yeah,
there.
I think
You'll figure
that's
it out
enough,
from
yeah.
there, man. Yeah, if you want to
Wicked.
follow, that's all linked up and stuff. So come and say hi. We are based literally half a mile from where you are based, which is
Whoop,
really
whoop.
weird.
Yeah, Cambridge does that occasionally.
It really does, man. It really, really does.
How have I only just found you? What is this?
But the fact when you bump into those people, you then see them every day for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah,
as soon as they're on your radar.
lifelong
then-
friendship now. We are here forever.
That's it. Yeah. For all the toast discussions. That
Yeah,
you
man.
ever want.
There will apparently be more of them. I thought that'd be pretty clear cut with cheese, but no.
You, sir, were wrong.
Yeah, I see that.
If you have any questions you want answering, or to prove how wrong Liam is about his cheese,
I don't mind.
pop them on our Facebook page, which is
Conversation-
facebook.us@conversationhat.u
/nets. Subscribe on
.gov.
twitter.gov/podcast.
Search for the Go on Facebook, Conversation at Podcast. We'll see you next time.
Facebook, search Conversation at Podcast.
Bye!
I'm still going.
No, you're not. I'm ending the episode now.
I mean, I have the button. I have the button. There's nothing you can do. It's still going.
See you later.
Haha, screw you, Ben. Right, so the Facebook, if you just go to Facebook and search for the Conversation Hat Podcast, it will obviously be the purple orange thing with me and Ben in all the images and the pink logo. If you go to Instagram or Twitter, it's Convo Hat Podcast, all one word, Convo Hat Podcast. You can also find us on Patreon if you want to give us money, which would be nice. And another non-financial way of supporting us is to give us a positive review on whatever podcast app you are using right now. Thanks. Screw Ben. See you later.
Conversation Hat.
Conversation Hat. Podcast.
Conversation Hat.
Conversation Hat.
Hat Podcast. Podcast. Hat. Conversation Hat. Podcast.